Welcome back to part 2 of painting a Song of Ice and Fire Free Folks Army. Today we're going to be looking at the Zenithal highlighting of these miniatures, and we're going to be starting off with Tormund and the Trappers. We're going to be using Brethel Blush as a highlight here because I wanted that to be the basis of the color of these guys. Now originally I was going to actually go with a white or like an off-white color. But then I said, you know what, this will make it a little bit more fun for their fur later on and for their pants and their clothing and all that. And especially the skin tone as well. This is what makes it great about Zenithal highlighting is you can use any light color that you want the basis of your miniatures to be. And you can build up from there. As you can see now in the polar bear riders, I'm using Yeti white because I wanted the polar bears to be this white, but I also wanted some of the color to be on the rider as well. And it also comes down again for the skin tone. If you're using a wash or a speed paint or a contrast paint on top of a very light color, it'll come out looking really good too. Whereas the mammoth here, I went with husk brown, so it is a bright brown anyways. And I'm doing this also on the base as well, spraying it there just to give it some muddy ground look before I put all the basing material on. Again, with the airbrush though, I can get into the little nooks and crannies because it is a Zenithal highlight, but I still needed to get some of the parts like on the legs and that, which were harder to reach. But I kept a lot of the parts darker anyways, as you can see with the satchels too. I tried to avoid a lot of them. I hit them a little bit just to give them a bit of a Zenithal to be able to have the leather come in nice later. And then I used Nomad Flesh on the two giants, which I'm probably going to do the same again with the other giants I have, or I might change the flesh color just a little bit and may not use the same recipe as I did, as you'll see in another part later on when we're painting these giants all together. So again, the Nomad Flesh, coming in handy here. It also gives you a nice way to start painting is that you can put it where it's going to be brighter is where the light's really going to hit, and then the rest of the stuff you can put a darker paint, and then you can work with a triad system from Army Painter and all that. But for Lady Val and Craster, all I did was a typical white Zenithal highlight because I'm going to be using speed paints on these ones, and that is about it. Stay tuned for part 3. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.